Did you watch wrestling as a kid, and then that's how you got into it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, WWE was huge when I was a kid growing up. I was a huge fan of the British Bulldog. He was my guy. He was actually born about 30 minutes down the road from where I'm from in the UK. So he was a big inspiration for me, and one of the main reasons I think I fell in love with WWE and ultimately became a WWE superstar.
And for how long was the training for you? Because I know it's not just something that you just get into the ring. I think for us, we're like, oh, I can get in the ring and do that.
I remember being young. When I turned 18, I'm moonsong on somebody.
That was before YouTube, though.
Right before YouTube. That's when I just had my mama couch.
Do you ever think to yourself like, oh man, imagine all the kids that grew up and destroyed their parents' couch, jumping off the couch? Did you ever do that as a kid? Like jump off the couch and break a few pieces of furniture?
It's something we actually try and discourage. I mean, I used to do that as a kid, and I was very fortunate enough not to get myself hurt while I was doing it because, as I've already said, I mean, I snapped my arm earlier this year.
And you're trained.
6 months. I'm trained, and I'm supposed to be this big tough guy, and I get hurt too. So these kids who aren't experienced, we really try and discourage them.
And you guys run those disclaimers all the time. You know, don't try this at home.
Absolutely.
Don't do all that stuff. And plus, you have like those wrestling buddies now that you can have now, so the kids don't have to mess up. But back in the day, see, I'm so jealous. Back in the day, you used to mess up your mom's pillows, her good pillows and everything. The couch, the bed. What else used to get broke? We had to make your own championship belt.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
See, me, I used to make my own hardcore match. I would DDT the wrestling buddy down the stairs. I started thinking I'm kind of crazy now.
But for years, before you got into wrestling, you were doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Is that true about the bare knuckle boxing?
Yeah, I used to be a bare knuckle fighter when I was younger. It was a good way of putting food on the table. I'll be honest, I much prefer being in WWE. It makes my life a lot easier. I seem to get less hurt in WWE, and I seem to make a bit better money too. So.
And I would assume the insurance policy is fantastic.
Yeah, luckily WWE covers all that for me. So,
good to go.
That's a lot more fun.
I was reading something before, and I always ask when it comes into wrestling how you guys get into this stuff. And there's a lot of intelligent people that are in wrestling and do it for a long time. Is it true you were a marine biologist?
Yeah, that's true. I went to university in Liverpool in England, qualified as a marine biologist, and I spent a couple of years working in laboratories and that sort of stuff, doing experiments with white coats on. Then I eventually decided that wasn't the game for me and started heading towards the WWE.
So I mean, technically you could go back to that if you really wanted to, but you know, marine biologist, man.
Yeah, that was a bit of a strange one. I still don't know why I chose that. It was something I found fascinating as a kid, and subsequently ended up studying it for a while and working in that field. Yeah,
it's always interesting. I'll talk to wrestlers and they'll say, "Yeah, man, I have a degree in economics." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Bro, wow! What made you want to do it? What made you decide to make this leap? Was it the fact that I don't want to do this anymore, or is it, you know what, I'm young, I'm athletic, let me see if I can get this done"?
Yeah, I think the latter really. I mean, it was really a long shot to get to WWE. There's thousands and thousands of people who'd love to do what we do. And I was always very athletic as a kid, playing a lot of rugby and soccer and obviously bare knuckle fighting and things like that. And I'm 6'6", I'm 250 pounds, so I knew I had the size, the athleticism and stuff like that, and yeah, fortunately it worked out well for me when I got here.
You would make a great small forward, man.
Yeah, I mean, you ever played any basketball? He won.
No,
the Lakers can.
Basketball's never been my game in the UK. I always wish I could have had a chance to
you
play
could like
some,
post up with like
American football.
The Lakers could use him right now.
A couple other teams.
I'm not a good jumper.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
Just
that.
use your power.
Wade Barrett joins us in the studio this morning. WWE SmackDown is tonight. Blue Cross Arena. Listen, folks, you're talking about a great atmosphere for you, family. If you're old school wrestler, you want to go back, you've got kids like I do, you can bring them along, get them interested in WWE. It's great entertainment, and you guys travel all over the country, all over the world, right?
Yeah, pretty much non-stop. We don't have an off-season or anything like that. I've been, this year alone, I've been in Japan, China, Egypt. I've been all across Europe and obviously across the States too. And, I'm about to get a short break for Christmas after tonight's show. We got about 5 days off, which to me feels like a lifetime.
Yeah.
We're back hitting it hard again from the 26th of December onwards.
So going back home, how is it? Like now that you're on TV and you
Yeah, you way
international
better,
superstar, you're like going back home. What is it like now?
It's great to go back home. To be honest with you, in the last 5 years, I've probably only been home 3 times.
Wow.
Just because the schedule is so hectic and so intense. But it's always great going home. I love going back to the UK and seeing the fans. We were back there in November, and I got a great reception from the fans in Birmingham, England. It's probably the best reception I've had in my career. So.
Talk a little bit about the fans, not only here in Rochester, but across the United States. I mean, literally, you guys can't just go anywhere, like, you know, to go chill. I mean, everybody's looking for you, and the fans are rabid. I mean, we've been doing questions all week, last week into this week, for the chance to win some tickets. They truly love wrestling here in the States.
That's it. I think that's kind of the special thing about wrestling in the States, certainly. I think our fans have to be the craziest, most rabid fans of any discipline in the world, any sport or anything like that. I mean, that's the great thing about our fans. We love going around meeting them, and hopefully we get a good attendance tonight at the show in Rochester.